ideas and problems that require our careful attention. Firstly, the process of emptying oneself is fraught with the problem of deeply ingrained ideas and notions. These are not just superficial thoughts but are often core beliefs that shape our identity. For instance, we carry with us ideas of permanence and continuity. We cling to the belief that we, and the world around us, are unchanging. This attachment can cause significant distress when faced with the inevitable changes of life. Imagine the turmoil of a person who believes they can stay forever young and healthy, only to be confronted with the realities of aging and illness. The struggle to let go of this false notion can be profound and challenging. One way to address this issue is to transfer the burden of these beliefs to someone else willing to accept them. By sharing our misconceptions with a trusted friend or mentor, we can begin to release our grip on them. This act of transferring our mental burdens can be a powerful way to start the process of emptying ourselves. Secondly, there is the problem of emotional attachments. We harbor anger, resentment, and discrimination within us. These emotions are not only harmful to our mental well-being but also to our relationships. The act of bowing down and touching the earth symbolizes the need to release these negative emotions. Yet, this release is often easier said than done. Anger and resentment can be deeply rooted, sometimes stemming from past traumas or long-held grudges. Overcoming these emotions requires significant effort and self-reflection. One practical solution is to find someone who is compassionate and willing to take on some of this emotional burden. By confiding in a person who can empathize with our struggles, we can begin to unburden ourselves of these heavy emotions. This does not mean offloading our problems onto others irresponsibly, but rather sharing our feelings in a way that lightens our load and facilitates healing. Thirdly, there is the issue of our attachment to notions of life and death, being and non-being, and coming and going. These existential concepts can be incredibly difficult to surrender. Many people live in fear of death or are obsessed with the idea of an afterlife. This fear can prevent us from fully living in the present moment and appreciating the life we have now. The act of bowing down and touching the earth is a way to confront and release these fears, but the process can be intimidating and overwhelming. To mitigate this problem, one might consider seeking the help of a spiritual guide or mentor who can help carry some of these existential concerns. By discussing and sharing these heavy thoughts with someone who has a deeper understanding or different perspective, we can begin to release our hold on these notions and live more freely. In conclusion, the practice of emptying oneself is essential but laden with difficulties. The problems of deeply ingrained ideas, emotional attachments, and existential fears are significant barriers. However, by sharing these burdens with others who are willing to accept them, we can begin to let go and embrace a more peaceful and fulfilling life. This practice, while challenging, is ultimately a path to joy and liberation. Let them take away your sins, clear your karma, and free your soul. There are people who are ready to help. They will assume full spiritual responsibility for your sins. It's their job. Today, Mental Honor provides everyone with the opportunity to find a partner who will absorb your sins. Make your choice today, as tomorrow you may not have one. The Service, by Catharsis, from Mental Honor.